Check a bit. There we go. All right. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Next Capital with Wall Street Institute. Then, welcome again to the second session of our live day trading. So we normally trade the London and the US session, 1 hour for each session. Um, called the open because we look at basically the market open. So as I've mentioned earlier on, that we will try to make it a culture of um, the streams to always start with the fundamentals, look briefly at the fundamentals, go into the forex calendar just to look at potential news events that might affect us um, as we go about with our trading. Um, mm, so start with over 1 year high. So this is good news for the US dollar. Hoping we're gonna see it pushing aggressively to the upside. Canada post surprise trade gaps as export dropped. This is a bit negative for the Canadian dollar. However, we'll be looking at the oil and petroleum industry meetings that were today. US initial jobless claims rise more than expected. That's the highlights. US futures fall. So we're going to see a decline in stocks indices. With contracts on the Dow Jones falling over 200 points, both the S&P 500 and Nasdaq losing 100 points, 100 plus points. US months, UK 10-year bill. So this was seen earlier during the London session. So the focus now is on the US and Canada. So we're gonna look at the dollar index. We're gonna look at gold. We're gonna look at oil. We're gonna look at USD CAD, USD JPY, and two indices, that is your Nasdaq and the US 30 or Dow Jones, right? Going to our forex calendar, news events that we're anticipating today is going to be at 4 p.m. is the purchase management index. So far I've got positive news from the ADP non-farm employment change. We're going to see job jolts openings also later on in probably in an hour's time, less than an hour's time from now. So yeah, back to our charts. US dollar index, as predicted during the London session, that it will come up here and then push to the downside. Seemingly, that's what the market is doing currently. Um, so we'll go to a 1 hour time frame. Just to see that, yeah, we did touch on that area, and this candy has a nice rejection. So anticipating a weak dollar, we'll see. And with the news coming in at 4 p.m. TMT plus local time, it will be interesting to see how the market reacts to those kind of news, or even the outcome of those news events. Otherwise, for now, I am still bearish on the US dollar. Moving on to gold. Gold moved nicely. It actually touched the order block here, so I looked at it, a hidden order block up there. So this is the order block that we were supposed to anticipate a rejection from. Nice rejection. Just a 1 hour push to the downside. We're seeing a small doji that is not clear where the market is going right now. So my advice during news events is to stay out. That's the best advice I can give. So looking at these rejections, we might be up for a push to the upside. Back to, you see my initial order block that I believe we should have touched. So probably this was just for the imbalance. It's tended the imbalance. However, if we'll be looking for buying opportunities, it would be wise to wait for a break of this high 1911 400. So we'll be expecting the market to push to the upside, break, the last lower high, and then maybe come back to an order block down here and then push to the upside. So we can take buys. This is goes ties in nicely with what we're expecting on the dollar index because they are negatively correlated. So let's check the next pair. So for our first, I think the next one is gonna be oil. I don't know what was the outcome of the meeting, but it looks like we did tap into our area of supply there. Let me use that hidden order block as well. So yeah, we are seeing a push to the downside. However, I can't confirm as for now if we are really going to push further to the downside or even if the market changed character. It seems like it has. So with oil, I think if you trade oil, I think you should be getting ready for shorts. So we've got this order block here and this imbalance that's left over here. Don't really like to do it like this. Maybe let me step down to a 15-minute time frame to get really nice parameters. There we go. Looks much better. Looks much better. Still have imbalance here. So yeah, oil, looking for a selling position here. And you have to be a trader that has gone past his fear. So you can have a 1:3.8 here. However, we don't take anything less than a 1:5. Also, it has to be in line with the levels. So it's liquidity lying here. If you believe you can put your stop loss, I'm sorry, your target profit here so that you take out this liquidity point, or you can go all the way to the initial demand level where the bullish corrective move started. So let's go on a 1 hour time frame. Yeah, there we go. This is how our crude oil setup looks like. Not sure what's going to happen on Brent. So we had this big push to the downside, impulsive push to the downside, and this is a corrective. If you're trading with trend lines or the Falcon way, so you can see this as a flag, right? As we know, flag, so we always follow the impulse, so waiting for a breakout here and then a push to the downside. Unfortunately, I don't use those. Sometimes put them as confluence, but it then confuses the whole idea of the strategy that I trade, which is just supply and demand. All right, moving on. Let's see for our time frame. US dollar, Canadian dollar. Remember, when oil pushes up, the Canadian dollar is going to push up as well. So we're seeing a potential push to the downside on oil, which means with the USD CAD, we might see a bullish move. Not quite sure because it looks like most of these order blocks that are here were mitigated. So right now we just reacted to this area.